So I saved these from the night it happened in the BlazeBlue community. And this forever changes the dial moving forward on what good is happening or can potentially happen for the scene's prosperity. The sources for this and the comments, those links will be listed down below for you guys out there in the audience in order to check out as well what we're going through. So, Master Chief. Master Chief is like a real high priority entity in the BlazeBlue scene, online and offline. One of a good handful of them that support the continuation of BB Tag and BBCF's general footing here in the FGC. There's a few other names that are probably going to come into the toe of this while I'm sitting and reviewing openly a lot of what transpired this night. He made this post following the August line of WNF Wednesday night fights. So the starting program of the month of August. This dropped the night after the big announcement, which was concerning the future of the program. And so I want to read along here with what's here. So, as mentioned near the end of the stream tonight, WNF's BB Tag Online Weekly will be closing its doors at the end of the year. This decision did not come lightly, and it took a lot of deliberation to come to this conclusion, but it's what the team and I have agreed on. It's been a privilege and an honor to do this for so many years, especially with Red E30 and the wonderful commentators we've had throughout our runtime. We'll keep things going up until December, and even after we'll still hold special events from time to time after this year. Thank you so much to all who supported and participated in WNF BB Tag throughout the years, and keep on playing BB Tag and supporting the scene. Long live BlazeBlue. And as you can see down below, as I'm scrolling and looking down a lot of the stuff here, there's a lot of familiar faces that easily have made their posts and their thoughts known in their contributions competitively or vocally or fiscally to the program's longevity for so many years. And then there's even G-Tech here, who's one of the TOs for Tampa Never Sleeps and for Paragon. Yeah, you guys have done so much for the online community through COVID and supported both the PC and PS4 communities. It will be greatly missed. Appreciate the work that you and E30 put in every week. Bumba Chumba, Pat Neko, Chop Suey, Nepgear, yep, Heihachi, Paolo, Square Cubes, and there was another one I saved here that also went over E30, Red E30. He is the other cohort in the collaborative founding of Wednesday Night Fights. He's the other person of interest in here also, because he is the artist. He's the one that made all the art for the general panel that's on display a lot of the time through Wednesday Night Fights viewing time. All the art that you see in the background, most of that is his. He's a really talented artist. So, some heavy news from us tonight. I just want to show some transparency and say that this was something we as a team have deliberated on since the tail end of last year. That was the end of 2024. One thing I'd like to mention on why is that we all want to focus on different aspects of our lives. I have a lot more to say, but I'll leave that for our final farewell. As always, all good things must come to an end. Thanks to everyone that has shown up to support and express gratitude to me and Cheap. So I think it goes without saying that between E30, Cheap, Cataclysm, a Bloody Moon, and there was another couple people. So it's safe to say that amongst all of them, that the focal point is on splitting up in order to kind of focus on their own lives and individual aspirations. And it's difficult to focus on what you want to do when you also have to think about the general responsibility of something really powerful and potent that you've upkept and have bunkered down as like a really pivotal cornerstone of the community. And it's a really big loss, but it's also understandable why it's understandable to a degree why this was a possible culmination. But I'm surprised that there may or may not have been a thinking to pass the torch on to another, or see if somebody else wanted to continue hosting Wednesday night fights in their image. Or if not, then I see why we came here and why we arrived here. I think there's probably more in tow at a different point in time that'll go over more about why and unraveling this as it is. But I know for one I am definitely saddened that Cheap and Cheap and E30 are going to be calling it quits at the end of this year. And what the hell? Uh, I know I for one am saddened that they're going to be calling it quits at the end of the year, but I'm still gonna support Cheap's decisions and E30 in everything that they're going to be doing all the way through till I guess until we have the big finale in December. But you guys are feel free to leave your thoughts and comments down below on what you think with Wednesday night fights or how you feel. I'm trying to think and gather my thoughts here because that's a lot on the table to really think about. And I know what I want to say. I know that what I want to say is that I respect Cheap and E30's work. I love the opportunity in having tried to come to a lot of these events and, well, honestly failing a lot of the time in order to go to most of them because of the timing on Wednesdays that just can't align with my schedule. But there are times when I'm trying to go to it, and then there are other times when I can't. I know ever since I got to PC, it's been a little bit more consistent in trying to get to his events on PC compared to on PlayStation. It's also dealing with a lot less hectic play styles on PC compared to console. It's just getting outplayed all the time in terms of fighting so many differing people and differing play styles to just have the experience, and so that's always nice. This bothers me because it's one of the few places on the game that I don't have a top 8 to, and I mean, unfortunately I don't really have the skills in order to productively get a top 8 at this event. But it's still not going to stop me from trying. I just have to think outside the box, and I have to think hard before December comes up, and then I got to deal with a time limit, because it's going to be among one of those 4 weeks where this is just shut down, and I have to be ready. I have to be careful. And I'm thinking for the long run here, do I really want to try and like put fighters on the back burner temporarily and main BlazeBlue to really try and make this bid for Wednesday night fights as top 8? Because there have been a couple of times where I've gotten significantly close, but it's just been shut down by more experienced players than myself. And I know that I made top 8 in the 2v2 with Pat and Echo, and that was our first time making top 8 ever at Wednesday night fights. But it is the doubles, it's not the singles, and I do want to try and see if I can just work as hard as I can to make that bid for us, to make that bid. And I gotta really think, what do I want to do here? I do I will commit to playing it more. I just don't know if I'm going to main the game. And I know in order to cover the skill gap, I'm going to have to try to main the game in order to cover my strengths, weaknesses, cover matchups for the most part, because you can't do training mode. It's not like Unis or Fighters or Strive where I can attempt to recreate or duplicate scenarios and then just build from there. All I can do is just use the lab in order to just do combo shit and then build from there. Because you can't really recreate situations. There's so many fuck ass situations that happen in BlazeBlue cross tag battle. You can't lab any one of them. You have to just kind of make your best guess and then just say fuck it, we balling. Let's go gambling, and it either works or you just die. Like there's really no in between. And the game already has a continuing, unrelenting atmosphere of growth that you do and you don't see at the same time. And it's just. I'd regret it if I chose now to back away from the table, knowing that this is an opportunity where I could make it happen. Maybe it might just happen randomly. I might get really fucking lucky. I don't know. It's a very scary thought in wanting to try and commit to something that I know 100% I'd fail at. But I gotta try, right? I may not even necessarily need Rachel for this, but I gotta think of a lot of different ways to tackle the situation and consider all my options.
It's like you always tell me, look closely and consider all of your options. All of my options? Yep.
I gotta really think, and I'm not grasping all the details right now, but I am going to continue to play in Wednesday night fights. I'm going to try and center that as like the main game that I want to, the main BlazeBlue event that I want to play at, and then kind of put the Big 8 on the back burner, barring this Grand Prix shit that's going on right now in the community for the next month or so. So I got my hands full there. I'll leave it there for right now, and then I'll come back to the table, hopefully when I've either gotten the top 8, maybe, fingers crossed, pray for me, or if I fail, then I will respectfully document the fall of Wednesday night fights when that happens. So this is going to be a 2-parter, possibly a 3-parter, but at minimum it's going to be a 2. Let's just hope that part 2 doesn't get here. I'll see you guys when I see you guys, okay? Take care. Love you guys out there. Until all are one.